Woo! Hey, you feel what I'm saying? Then just nod your head, pound your head, do what you gotta do. Just recognize, man. Straight up. Hey, temptation is a mother. Whoa! Tell you. Let me tell you about some drama that they went through, man. For real. Hey, check it out. Yo, we met outside her building. Miss Venus fly trap dropped the bomb on me like Charlie Wilson, 23 with no children. Nationality's Brazilian. On our first date, she said she was ready and willing to make the flesh start rebuilding. Hold up, cause I'm tripping. This bad bitch had reservations at the Hilton. With harder symptoms, I had it figured out to a T like Lipton. Now enters wisdom, broke down the laws of nutrition. Next was Esau's system. She didn't want to listen. Our spirits wasn't clicking, and I'm through fishing. Gave a description of what the Bible was kicking. Everything I shot was missing. Only thing she wanted was me hitting. Without sticking or debating, I could see this was an agent of Satan. Broke down the ultimatum. If you ain't for the truth, I'm shaking. And that's the truth of the matter. I hate the burst or bubble like a bladder, but I ain't trying to fall like Niagara. She approached with the wicked swagger and was a tongue kiss. Can't fall in the clutches of this wicked seductress. The way she's coming, she can have AIDS. And yes, I can't be touched or mastered. I use Christ as my X factor and blew to the scene like a bad actor. Yeah. Girls look so Girls look so Girls look so Girls look so Shit's are looking so damn good, as in it twisting provocative. The nature of a woman, wish I could get you. Robber's little girl lost in this world and gone. She got the body of a princess exposed and acting senseless. Showing off all your treasures and sunny eyes, summer weather, rotisserie gold, sassy and bold eyes, a feather intrigued by the final thing. Intentions to be a model, shaking what mama gave her, only making a model. Mind calm and cherry, salad, this is your glory. Pay my bills, is the end of the discussion on me. Microwave, that I need us to make it a cheese. Please stay in with brain while she's out getting cheese. But any nigga with paper, like it's good as the way that flames. If it come black, as they play it out, she's the hater, not too far gone yet to save her. Papa's little girl, she needs some order in her life. And watch her become a pearl just like a lily. Back then, she couldn't feel me, used to be feminine, really. But now, yo, with the drilly, she see me, she just turn up her nose. She knows she wrong, damn wrong. You cut to the bone, I take her home, miss. Caramello skin tone, eyes fold like gemstones. So many skeletons in the closet speaking, she spit bones. But I don't say this here to judge or condemn. My young sister is written for your.
Whoa. It's been a while, it seems. All praise, honor, and glory to the Most High. While Yahweh Shah, it's your brother Ahmath. I acquire first name. IQ is all the same. You've reached it. DSTM, don't shoot the messenger. You cannot do that. Not if you want to continue hearing the good news. All praises, man. I missed y'all, man. Seemed like we ain't talked in a minute. Lots going on since we last connected live. You dig what I'm saying? Hold on. What's going on here? Let me kill that real quick. All right. Hopefully everybody's doing well, man. If I'm coming in clear and everything is all right, put a 7 in the chat for me. I'm gonna check for myself just in case it ain't just me. Okay. I'm sounding all right on my end. I don't know about y'all. Let me know. All right. Let me know. Prayerfully, everybody's well. In the meantime, let me salute my family in the house, man. My kinfolk, skin folk, all that good stuff. Ashara Walk in the house. Shalom, shalom. Rosemary out there in London. Shabbat shalom to you, my sister. Uriah in the house. Shalom, sis. Smiley Judah, my brother, what's happening tonight? Shalom. Bayan Shakal in the house. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Adadah in the house. Shalom. From Egypt to Israel. Shalom. The elder in the house. Shalom to you, right? Kohav, he in the house. They're playing games. They out here playing games. They out here playing games. All praises. Brothers up there in the Northwest, man. UZL and Malachi, man. Shalom to y'all. Denise, sister Denise, shalom to you. All praises. All right, look like I'm getting some sevens in here. Okay. All right. Hey, shalom, Zakar. Shalom to you and your family. Yeah, man, been a hot minute, seems like, but so much has gone on since we last spoke, man. Somebody tried to take Trump head off. Slow Biden finally went ahead and called it quits. Uh, what else is going on? I mean, that's really been major in the headlines. You know, obviously Kamala then took to the front of the stage, and now she wants to run the show. I'm gonna share something with y'all too on that topic, man, because you see the title of the live. Will Kamala get the last laugh? You know how she loved to giggle and laugh. You know how she loves showing her teeth, right? Is she gonna get the last laugh on this whole thing, man? Is this the way that the Most High done lined it up? You understand what I'm saying? We see that we're in for a wild ride, I should say, a wild ride, right? And you know, it's gonna be very interesting moving forward. Moving forward. You feel what I'm saying? So look, let's get right to it, man. I got a lot to talk about, a lot to cover, a lot to share. Uh, and I don't want this to be a 3+ hour live. But let the spirit dictate it. Let the Most High do what he got to do. If you ain't wiped them feet, man, when you came in here, shame on you. If you did not wipe your feet when you came in here, shame on you. Do an about face. Get out. Get out the house. All right. The door will still be unlocked. All you got to do, wipe them feet when you come back. Okay? Come on in. Have a seat. There's plenty of room. Everything's cooked up. All you got to do is get your notepads out, get your food, your fork, your spoon, whatever the case may be. However you consume this, get with it. Get with it. All right. So it's that time. Let's go ahead on and get busy, man. Let me share my screen with brothers and sisters. And we're gonna get you know, Kamala Harris is the talk of the town, so it's only right that I go ahead on and speak on it, right? And while we're doing this, I want everybody to go out, get your pitchforks, get your torches out. We got a stake out there that we might have to hoist her up on, because we might have to burn a witch. Ooh, figuratively, spiritually. All right, YouTube and all of the bot protectors. We're not talking literal threats. No. What we're saying is we might have to put her in a roast session. You know, my brothers and sisters, y'all know what I'm talking about. When we do a little roast session, I mean, you know, we play the dozens. We might have to, you know, embarrass her a little bit, right? Because our people, for some reason, feel like it's a whole new day, man, whole new breath of fresh air. Since, you know, Slow Biden, Sloppy Joe done rolled out the bed and fell on his face and finally submitted. Oh, there's a new injection of youth and a new life has been injected into the Democratic Party because Kamala Harris is here to save the day. But we're going to see about all of that. But first, the real news of what's going on is it was a very close call in an engagement which could have led to war that recently just happened a couple of days ago. But too many people was out here running to the donation booths, man, to send Kamala some money. I've seen more ads on my YouTube, you know, scrolling of her panhandling for money than ever. Slow Biden was, I've seen some with him. I've seen some with Trump. She's on ads galore. We've got to stop what's going on with this dictatorship. $10 alone will help you get your freedom. And I mean, what? Panhandling like an MF, man. But you know, we'll get to that, man. I know I want to light the torch, man. I want to get on her. but I'm gonna take my time, man. Look at this. U.S. and Canada jets intercept China and Russia planes near Alaska. China and Russia are running military drills again together. So whether anybody's wondering how and where and why this world war is going to pop off, and who's going to be involved and what alignments is there, y'all already know. Y'all been watching DSTM for a while, and you see China and Russia have already made their allegiances, and they're teaming up already. It's not just one nation. Oh, Russia, they're going to no. Hold on. They've got an alliance and allegiance that they have. Not only just through the BRICS economy, but militarily, they're going to back each other. So they got a little too close to the borders of Alaska, and U.S. and Canada had to scramble out and intercept them. Look at this. American and Canadian war planes intercepted 2 Russian and 2 Chinese bombers in international airspace near the state of Alaska on Wednesday. The joint U.S., Canadian, and North American Aerospace Defense Command said NORAD detected, tracked, and intercepted 2 Russian Tu-95 and 2 PRC-86 military aircraft operating in the Alaska Air Defense Identification Zone. It said the zone is a perimeter in which air traffic is monitored beyond the border of national airspace to provide additional reaction time in case of hostile actions. So imagine that. It was close to having hostile actions, China and Russia testing the waters as they see the quote-unquote democracy of America is in shambles as Slow Biden steps down, admits defeat. I mean, and did y'all see that did y'all see that dude, man, talking why he finally dropped out when he gave his little speech? There was a lot of speculation. Was he alive? Was he laid up sick? What was going on with him? All this other stuff, right? So, there was a speculation about when Kamala was giving her little speech that he called in on a Zoom call but didn't want to show his face, and people were saying, "Oh, it might be AI." He might be dead already. I'm not going to get into all of that. But what we did see was him pop out, and as soon as he opened his mouth, he get to slither in the lion again, bragging about how nobody's done more in his presidency ever on record. I mean, the dude said, we were never at war under his administration. What? So you mean to tell me that the American troops are not actively in war and in training over in Ukraine? What? You mean to tell me that U.S. troops are not over there in where was it? Damn, where the French, Niger? You mean to tell me that they're not over there scuffling with the Russians right now because Niger wants Russia over there now, and they're annexing and kicking out U.S. troops? You mean to tell me they want more over there? You mean to tell me that? Come on, man. He immediately said, "You haven't been in war. Wages are up. Inflation is down. Nobody's done it like him before. Job market is booming. Everybody's got money." And he said, ever since he started his campaign, he promised to be transparent. What? As he said back, he said, I'm always going to tell you the truth. He lied his whole damn campaign, up until the point to where he even is acknowledging his exit from re-election. All the talk about how fit he was and how mentally sharp he is, and all of the lies and the cover up, and Karine Jean-Pierre with her lying ass out there constantly lying and protecting him. Finally, he comes out and says, "Oh, I decided to, hand it off to save democracy and get a youthful injection in here." Oh, hold on, you were saying that your age is not a concern. Everything's good. Nobody's saying that he should drop out. Remember that? Remember he came out and said that? Then he says, "Oh, the only reason why I'll drop out is if my doctor tells me to." And 24 hours later, he got COVID. Imagine that. I mean, come on, man. This, you talk about clown show, reality TV. I mean, it's right in front of us. It's wild. It is wild. But I'm gonna show y'all something too in a minute. So, U.S. Canada just intercepted China and Russia bombers near the Alaska border. Russia and China sent multiple warships. Not only are they in the air, they're on the seas, operating together on multiple fronts. Russia and China send multiple warships to contest the South China Sea. So the two main threats that face China and Russia are America and Taiwan. They're acknowledging they're going to team up together on whichever war cracks off first. China wants to get busy over there in Taiwan. Russia says, "Hey, we got your back." Russia says, "I'm trying to get out of America." China says, "Hey, we got your back." The threat is clear. The quasi-alliance of China and Russia is holding joint naval activities in the South China Sea. China's Navy announced. On Monday, the Chinese Navy reported details about its fourth joint patrol with the Russian Navy since 2021 in a post on a social platform. It said the joint naval formation had entered the South China Sea via the Ballantine Channel the previous day. So, of course, we all know wars, rumors of wars, time to hate, time to love, time for war, time for peace. All of the above scriptures are relevant. I've gone over this ad nauseum regarding Esau or Edom and Moab and Ammon's relationship all throughout the scriptures. They're always riding together. Second Ezra 15, around the late 50s, 60s, it tells you that China is going to try to emulate Babylon, i.e., America. They're going to want the power, the fame, the glory. They're going to want to be the harlot that America's there. And the only way that they can get it is getting it through America. Let's go there. We've been there before. Let's go there one more time. The only way they're going to get it is if they team up with America. Look at this. We'll just read 46 down to 48. All right. And thou, Asia, that art partaker of the hope of Babylon and art the glory of her person. See, they emulate the glory of the person of Babylon. They want to be like Babylon. So when we're talking about one world, government, surveillance states, digital economies, spy on your neighbor, all this other stuff that America wants to eventually incorporate at home. China, Moab, they sit back and say, we'll do it first, boss. Let us be the sacrificial lamb to make sure this all works. We'll impose one-child policies on our people, i.e. population control. Everything that America's trying to do, Asia is the glory of her person. They got China on a leash. See, the thing is China wants off of America's leash. They want independence, but they cannot do it because Edom is the one who controls the earth. So who do they got to go to? They got to go to a new white zaddy. Oh, we're going to go with Russia then. Russia will be our master. Verse 47, woe be unto thee, thou wretch, because thou hast made thyself like unto her. See, they want to be like America. And hast decked thy daughters in whoredom, that they might please and glory in thy lovers. That's why they want Taiwan in there, which is a daughter of China. They want they want Taiwan back in the fold. They want it back home. But Taiwan has annexed himself and saying, no, we're our own nation. We don't want no more parts of China no more. That's why they're trying to go to war. There's what they call the one China policy. And America stood on it and said that they are in support of that. Even though Taiwan is saying we don't want to be one no more. So when it's all said and done, according to government and democratic policy, China has every right to reel it back in. And America's been on record saying we stand behind the one China policy. But we don't like how China's ruling and acting. So if Taiwan does go back, China's going to have to straighten up. Can't be no dictatorship. They can't be doing all this other stuff. No, you can't tell them how to rule their own damn people. But they do. Let's continue. It says that they might please and glory in thy lovers, which have always desired to commit whoredom with thee. Thou hast followed her that is hated in all her works and inventions. So they're following along. Everything that America tells them to do, they follow along and do it. Therefore saith the Most High, I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence to waste thy houses with destruction and death. China's going to experience destruction just as well. Why? Because they want to emulate Babylon. They want to be an emulation of the great whore. Okay. Now let's get back over here. So they're teaming up with a new white zaddy, Russia, trying to gain power. Moving on. Russian warships to make Havana port visit this weekend, says Russian news agencies. So remember, what was it, a month and a half ago, 2 months ago? Russia was conducting drills over in Havana and Cuba. They was 30 miles off the coast. People could see the warships as they were conducting drills. Oh, they're back. They came back again. Warships from Russia's Baltic Fleet will make a port visit to Havana July 27th through the 30th. That's this weekend. Russia is back over on the coast again. So they're all over the place. They're in the South China Sea. They're up at Alaska. Now they're down in Cuba. What better way to, catch America off guard? Not to say that they're going to do anything, but it's the threat. It's them acknowledging and saying, yeah, we see what's going on with you in your White House. We see what's going on politically. We see y'all are a mess. There's all kind of confusion going on. And if you think you putting that woman in the seat is going to stop anything, you got another thing coming. Russian news agencies reported on Thursday, citing Cuba's defense ministry, the second such visit this year. The RIA, state news agency, said the training ship Smolny, the patrol frigate Nuestra Shimi, these damn Russian words. Anyway, they're saying that means fearless. And the refueling tanker Yelny would take part in the visit, and that Russian sailors would meet the head of the Cuban Navy. Oh, so now they're going to be doing some training. They're doubling back. They're probably checking on the nukes and things they probably dropped off the first go around. Now they're training the Cuban Navy on how to operate some things. Strap in your seatbelts, y'all. Local residents would be able to go on board and have a look around the Smolny. It added, a Russian Navy frigate and a nuclear-powered submarine churned into Havana Harbor last month. A stopover to U.S. and Cuba said posed no threat, but which was widely seen as a Russian show of force as tensions rise over the Ukraine war. There you have it. Okay. A show of force, as they're doing in Alaska, in the South China Sea, and now they're over there in Cuba. Let's move on. What's going on with the Olympics? I know they did the inauguration going on. LeBron James is the flag bearer for America, for the basketball team and all that. So proud to be an American. Well, look what already had waiting for him. Trains filled with Olympic athletes stopped after coordinated arson attack. So they're already saying, oh, this wasn't a terrorist attack. This was just upset residents that didn't want all these people there. Really? France's rail network has been paralyzed by a series of coordinated arson attacks today, affecting nearly 1 million people traveling to the Olympic Games. So all the world is there to see the Olympic Games. Here we go. In the fashion of Greece and the Olympics, all the world is there to see everything coming into one. This is, like I said before, this is all in the spirit where we're seeing where the world is headed. The world is headed, if we're looking at the spirit, all the world is compacting and condensing into this one area in Paris. So everything that we see in the spirit that's happening to the world is a reflection of what we see going on in Paris. We see terror attacks. We're seeing massive confusion with the sodomite LGBTQ plus HIV, AI, whatever the hell is going on with them acronyms, getting pushed. There's massive protests, civil unrest and uproars over there. I mean, this is what the world has got coming to it. Flames engulfed train tracks at strategic points across the country this morning, just hours before the Olympic opening ceremony was due to kick off on the river Seine in Paris. And you know what's interesting too? Netflix is always notorious for putting out movies, kind of indicative of world events, right? When the scandemic was going on and the plague was happening, remember all of those movies was getting put on Netflix and Amazon. Everything was plague related. Everything was disease related. Everything was quarantine related. Everything was related to a vaccine that was needed to stop a disease. Remember that? All of the predictive programming that was going on. Now, recently, Netflix has a movie called Paris Underwater. And it's about some mutate. I don't know if anybody's seen it, and I don't want to ruin it. But overall, I was watching it. I was watching it last. What was it? I was watching it. I think on the and it doesn't matter. I was watching it last weekend, and it ultimately shows. Paris gets overrun by mutated sharks. Man, they're populating, and they have this particular river Seine, which is a popular riverway tourist attraction. It surrounds Paris, right? It's almost like a moat. And they were having I think it was a triathlon, but this is where all of the athletes had to swim in this particular river. But it was, overran with sharks. Ultimately, I don't want to ruin for anybody, but ultimately Paris is pretty much destroyed and sunken underwater because of these sharks and the actions of the military. So here we see another instance where Netflix, whether it's true or not, whatever what goes on, they're predictably programming that there's going to be some sort of issue in Paris that's going to cause an uproar and panic in the world, and in particular in Paris. So here we see, arson attack with the trains. Who knows if anything else is going to go on? I'm just saying. Let's move on. And now let's just look at this real quick, man. And I'm just gonna breeze through this. I'm not telling y'all nothing that you probably haven't seen already, nothing that you've already haven't, formulated or theorized in your minds. Like I said, it's been a couple of weeks since we chopped it up live, right? But here we see FBI director casts doubts on whether Trump was struck by a bullet during the assassination attempt at the rally. Now the FBI is popping out saying, did he really get hit? I know that was on some of our minds when we first seen it. Is this staged? Like, what's really going on? Like I said, I got to be careful even talking about it because I've been seeing people getting fired from their jobs talking about, it was a setup, it's fake, it's a hoax. Oh, too bad he didn't get hit. All that. I'm not going to go there, but hey, now all of a sudden the FBI is talking about whether or not he really got hit. That's from the FBI. That's not from some conspiracy theory. That's not coming from some Black Hebrew Israelite channel. The FBI is saying, did he really get hit? Fashionably, you see these Republicans running around, Trump supporters and MAGA hats. They're running around wearing, fake bandage patches on their ears as a show of solidarity with Agent Orange. Imagine that. How it becomes all of a sudden a fashion statement, Very interesting. The FBI director has cast doubt on whether Donald Trump was struck by a bullet during the attempt on his life at a Pennsylvania political rally. Christopher Wray was updating Congress about the assassination attempt on Trump and Butler on Wednesday when he made the explosive statement. And it's very ironic that his first public speech at the RNC convention, who does he bring out with him? None other than eat your vitamins, say your prayers, brother Hulk Hogan of all people. Now, everybody knows WWF or WWE, depending on what era you grew up in, is staged and phony. Now, who comes out trying to flex and doing all this, yeah, to help support? This is who he, decides to come out and speak for him and back him up right after an event that happened. Very interesting, you know. Um, Esau, man, it's so transparent. Good Lord. When Second Ezra says, man, that the man of perdition is going to be revealed, man. Second Thessalonians says that, chapter 2. I mean, if you can't see it, man, you might need to go to the optometrist immediately. If you're not discerning and understanding, you could see the frailty in Esau's kingdom. The cracks is relevant. It's all over the place, man. Dust is falling up over the place. Asbestos is choking the lungs of everybody. I mean, come on, man. This is ridiculous. So the FBI director now is saying that something might be fishy. He said, with respect to President Trump, former President Trump, there's some question about whether or not it's a bullet or shrapnel that hit his ear. Now, that's questionable because the shrapnel meant that it had to hit something on its way to hitting him. There was nothing in the pathway that I could see. And I'm not, super examining the video and everything else. But from what I see, what could have been hit before him? Anytime that there's questions behind what's going on, man, that means that it's not as conclusive as they want you to believe. So let's move on from there. Okay. Now, here's something just to consider. Look at this. Trump's doctor releases an update on his recovery as ex-president appears without a bandage for the first time since shooting while meeting Netanyahu. There's the ear. Now, mind you, he got hit with an AR-15. That should have technically ripped his ear off, let alone put a hole or something in his ear. You see the picture? Do you see anything here? Do you see a scar or anything? I don't. Let's see here. You tell me. Within a week and some change, it's completely healed. Now, everybody knows the older you get, the weaker your immune system is, the weaker that the longer it takes to you recover from injury. Broke bones, the whole night, you can forget about it. You can't even perform surgeries on older people because of the fact that it takes them so long to recover in certain instances. He's popping up like, hey, miraculously, he got healed. No sign of nothing, right? They held him down long enough to, it's strawberry jam. Yeah, they held him down long enough to, do something to him. You know how they do it in wrestling. They hold you down and they get out the, the razor they take from underneath of the wristbands and, cut somebody upside the head, make it look like he done got bust upside the head. And it could be real blood, but that doesn't mean that, one of them Secret Service guys, man, didn't cut his ear a little bit. Now, I don't know. I'm just looking on the outside looking in. Y'all know. You seeing the same things I'm seeing. I'm looking for wound healing, some old fake bandage on his ear, pop it off, man. Ain't nothing happened to him. And his doctor, Ronnie Jackson, said he most definitely got shot in the ear. Of course, you're gonna say that. I mean, here you go. Here you got a man who is super desperate to become president again. He's fighting all odds. All odds. They try to, bankrupt him. They try to jail him. They got multiple charges and felonies on him. He's been convicted the whole night. He knows the only way he can get reelected is through the sympathy vote and through a setup. Do you think Esau is that conniving for power that he would even injure himself to say, just do it? Do it. I got to blame these bastards and say they did it to me. You understand what I'm saying? Sir, are you sure you want to do that? Look, my back is against the wall. I got to push this thing over the edge. I got slow Biden right where I want him. I won the debate. The last thing that I need to push me over the edge is an assassination attempt. And then boom, here it goes down. He rise up talking about fight. You know, he got some Keystone Cop, Secret Service. You know, the chick couldn't put a gun back in her holster. It looked like she didn't know she wasn't even supposed to be there. You know, they hold him down. Oh shoot. Hold him down. Hold up. Oh, God damn it. All right. Yeah, you bleeding. We got you. Come on. Get him up. It very well could have been a blood pellet. Who knows? But something ain't right. Y'all know it and I know it. But look at the aftermath. Look at the results. Shooting makes Trump indestructible in the eyes of his supporters. Do you see the results? You see why that can work? The assassination attempt against former President Trump is uniting Republicans as never before. Oh, see, that puts him over the edge. Anybody that was wobbling, wavering, you dig what I'm saying? He already was, moving up them polls and already had full control of what was going on, man. And guess what? You can't put it past the Democrats. Could they have been desperate and said, we can't lose this thing. Take him out. I'm open to either one. Could have just been a freak mishap and he just missed death. Could have been a hit. Maybe so. The Democrats was definitely desperate. They knew they was in the itter. It was over. Now that they missed on that attempt, they said, look, Joe, this thing didn't work out, man. We're gonna have to lay you down. You're gonna have to fall back. We gotta put all our efforts behind Kamala. All right. We got the storyline already written up for you. I mean, I'm just analyzing both. I'm open to either one. All I know is we're dealing with the works of the damn devil, man. Let me get that in. All we know is that look at this. Proverbs 16:4 says, the Most High Yahweh have made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. So when we're seeing these days of evil going down, man, this is all the Most High. The Most High is moving and pushing these chess pieces around. Our people are supposed to be understanding and seeing and looking at what's playing out before them so that they don't get deceived. They don't buy into these politics. That they recognize and see you playing with the devil, man. You playing with the agents of Satan. You out here playing around thinking that you're going to vote your way to freedom. Hey, what? That's out of here. The Most High is moving all of these particular chess pieces, right? Let me get this one. Can't remember that. I think it's in Job. I think it's in Job 16. No, 12 and 16. There we go. Job 12:16 says, with him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his. So the Most High is in control of all of this. But we definitely see deception going on. But that's the Most High saying, let me mix up the pot a little bit. And the goofy Negroes and Hispanics, man, who's buying to this, giving the sympathy folks, you niggas running out here, go fight Trump. Yeah, we got to stand behind him. They tried to kill him. Conservative Negroes out here, man, campaigning like an MFer, man. It's wild. Little do they know, it's all the Most High. Amos 3:6 says, shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city and the Most High Yahweh have not done it? You notice they haven't really even made no memorials. They ain't really said too much about the dude that got shot and killed at the rally. You know, they spoken a little bit about it. I haven't seen too much of anything else outside of, you know, he was a father, avid Trump supporter, blah, 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 right? But you haven't seen no real memorials going on. You ain't seen it really been acknowledged too much in the press anymore after that. They went right on to the campaign. Oh, fight. I'm going out to the RNC. I'm going to accept my nomination. I'm bringing out the Hulkster with me. And what about the other two people who were critically wounded? They didn't die, to my knowledge, but there were two other people that got shot. One person got put to death, and the shooter. But we're not hearing too much more about these other quote-unquote victims, which is odd. Right? Let's continue on. But we see the results. Oh, now Trump is indestructible. Nothing can stop him. In the hours following the shooting, Trump struck a grateful yet commanding tone, calling for unity. I thought he was saying fight. Meanwhile, his political allies have rallied around the party's standard bearer, widely sharing what may be described as an iconic image of him holding his fist in the air with blood on his face. You know, he loves to take that black fist now and trying to incorporate it into some sort of, you know, white power movement. You notice he's always running around putting up his fist. That's ours. But what ain't nothing sacred, man. I mean, the damn white man steals everything. Remember them brothers at the Olympic Games? World War II, man, they went up there and they put up their fists in defiance. You remember the black Afro pick, man, the fist? Showing the power of the so-called black man and in his hair and the pick and all of that. The black fist, that's ours. That's ours. Here we go running around, throwing up his fist every damn minute. You know, the white power, you supposed to have your hand open, man, saluting the Hitler. No. He got to take the black power fist too. Unreal. The moment hit as Democrats have experienced 2 weeks of turmoil with calls for the president's replacement on the ticket at a fever pitch as Trump rally began. Trump is indestructible. Imagine that, man. He's indestructible. Let's move on. Look, alleged Trump shooter spotted by law enforcement nearly 30 minutes before the shots fired. Everybody has seen this already. You know, I'm just recapping. Like I said, we ain't chopped it up in a couple weeks, right? But look, they're already saying they've seen the dude for 30 minutes. They've seen him crawling up on the roof. They said that the ladder was already there waiting for him. Nobody did nothing to him, allowed him to get them shots off, man, if that's what happened, you know. So was it a setup? Did they allow it? Was the FBI security director, she stepped down, you know, because she failed the job. Whether she failed the job, you could say, did she fail the job in protecting the president or she failed the job in not getting him hit? You tell me. I don't know. But you know what I'm saying. You dig what I'm saying? Look, 30 minutes before, and it's always, every time there's a terror attack or something goes on, The FBI, law enforcement, they always get word beforehand. Somebody calls them and tells them, somebody drops a tip line, and they always say, oh, they was warned beforehand. Even with the shooting at the theater over there in Russia that happened, 100 people got killed. They said that the US had warned them a week in advance. Get ready. Watch out. You know? The Las Vegas shooter that shot up the damn concert a couple years back. They always getting the heads up. The Uvalde shooting, with the little cat man shot up the school. Oh, the cops stand down. Some of them cops got fired. They under investigation. Some of them getting locked up now because they know what they're doing. They're setting up certain stuff, man. They allowing things to go on to perpetuate particular agendas. But here you go. 3 days after attempted assassination, Trump shooter remains an elusive enigma. They scoured his social media accounts. They couldn't find nothing. All they could say is, oh, he was a Trump supporter here, there, and everywhere. We don't know too much. We're doing everything. We can't find nothing. All we seen that he was on Pornhub before he, took off to the rally. I mean, come on, man. After 3 days, an enigmatic portrait emerged of the 20-year-old man who came close to killing former President Agent Orange, the chump, with a high-velocity bullet. He was an intelligent loner with few friends, an apparently thin social media footprint, and no hints of strong political beliefs that would suggest a motive for an attempted assassination, even after the FBI cracked Thomas Matthew Crooks. Oh, interesting name, too, a crook. Okay. Cell phone scoured his computer, home, and car, interviewed more than 100 people. Mind you, they said they found explosives and bombs in his car, man. And you really think this dude know how to make bombs? I guess. The mystery of why he opened fire on Trump's rally Saturday, a bullet grazing the GOP nominee's ear, remained as elusive as the moment it happened. They said he was on the rifle team, man. The dude couldn't really shoot like that. Getting bullied. You would think that if he was getting bullied, he would, double back and take it out on somebody at the school. What Trump got to do with you getting bullied? Unless somebody got in his ear and said, hey, we got a mission for you. It's top secret. Don't worry. There's blanks in there. This is all part of the theater that we're trying to pump up, the Trump rally and blah, blah, blah. You're going to get out of here safe and sound. Your identity is going to be clear. Don't worry. We'll let you out of here. There's blanks in there. Don't worry. Yeah. Ladder will be there. All you got to do is climb up there. What if somebody sees me? Don't worry. They're all actors out there. They might see you, but nobody's going to do anything. Cops is on the payroll. Body cams is off. Wow, this is so cool. I was a nobody in school. I was getting bullied in school. Now I actually have a stage where I can be somebody. That's how this type of stuff plays out, man. Let's move on. Look at this. Secret Service ramped up security after intel of Iran plot to assassinate Trump. No known connection to the shooting. They immediately popped out and said it was Iran. Iran was already plotting to assassinate Trump. Remember that? Shooting goes down. They already had the boogeyman lined up, man. Don't worry about it, crooks. Iran is already going to be the culprit, man. You're going to get out of here safe and sound. It's all good. Clearly, that didn't go down. U.S. authorities obtained intelligence from a human source. It was supposed to be AI? From a human source. This is unreal. In recent weeks, on a plot by Iran to try to assassinate Donald Trump, a development that led to the Secret Service increasing security around the former president, multiple people briefed on the matter told CNN. And they were saying that they asked for additional Secret Service protection, and Slow Biden denied it. Slow Biden said no. Who knows what these demons is up to, man? One thing's for sure, two things for certain, man. The Most High said the deceived and the deceiver is his. This is why I sit back and just observe and interestingly try to figure things out, because I'm trying to see how the Most High is moving all this stuff. The players in the game are who they are, but the Most High is operating this deception. And I'm saying, well, why and where? What's he going to do next with this whole thing? Right? That's what's so interesting to me. Moving on. Thomas Matthew Crooks appeared in the 2022 BlackRock ad. Anybody knows about BlackRock? These are the movers and shakers. Big time hedge funds who own multiple real estate properties, control Wall Street, biggest donors within politics. BlackRock is the money behind the muscle. And he appeared in one of their ads a couple of years ago. Be it he was an extra, but how could he get introduced to players and powers in the game unless there was some sort of connection? Who knows? I'm just saying. The ad, which was produced in 2022, was filmed at Bethel Park High School, where Crooks was a student at the time. BlackRock filmed the spot, part of a series aimed at teachers managing their retirement assets in a classroom led by a real teacher, which featured real students. Crooks was one of those students, BlackRock told CBS Money Watch. He was not paid, nor was he hired by the company as an actor. So he was just a, extra. He was atmosphere. But interestingly enough, he had a little connection with some of the power players and the money makers and the movers and shakers when it comes down to politics and money management within Wall Street, real estate, so forth and so on. Larry Fink, remember that name? He's one of the heads. He's one of the heads that's pushing for a central bank digital currency. He's one of the ones who's pro AI taking over. Yeah. The rabbit hole goes deep, guys. After this, Trump is indestructible, right? Elon Musk ramps up the backing. Elon Musk has said he is committing around $45 million a month to a new pro-Trump super PAC. Got him more money, got him a label as being the Teflon Don. That was what's the cat's name, man? John Gotti. That was his nickname from him dodging all of these Fed cases and all this other stuff that never got him locked up until he actually did get locked up. But he was a Teflon Don. Nobody could take him down. Now they've got indestructible Don. And from that, he's getting all this money. Musk came out and said, I didn't say that. I never said that. The Wall Street Journal made that up. But he made comments regarding creating a super PAC to benefit whatever his agendas are. I mean, meanwhile, this guy's saying he's an alien, and everybody needs to, believe it and follow him. I mean, this is some wild stuff, man. But Trump then got $45 million a month now pledged to him from Musk after he got shot. Now let's see on the other side. Biden defends saying time to put Trump in a bullseye. Days before assassination attempt and gives bizarre explanations saying he didn't say the crosshairs. Oh, you don't believe? Let me go. I'm not done with slow Biden yet. I know he wants to go off in the past. He's saying, man, IQ, man, leave me alone, man. Back up off me. I'm out the race. I'm not done with your old ass yet. No. Got some more for you.
Mr. President, thank you for sitting down with us. There's a lot to talk about. I'd like to start with the horrible events of last weekend. It has shocked a lot of Americans. A political rally, your opponent, Donald Trump, shot in the middle of greeting his supporters. You spoke to Mr. Trump afterward. Can you give me a sense of that conversation?
Very cordial. I told him how concerned I was and wanted to make sure I knew how he was actually doing. He sounded good. He said he was fine. And he thanked me for calling him. I told him he was literally in the prayers of Jill and me. And the whole family was weathering this.
Well, let's talk about the conversation this started, and it's really about language, what you say out loud, and the consequences of those. You called your opponent.
Now, mind you, he said he made the call. It's echoing. Let me see here.
existential threat.
Let me know if
On
we
a
still
call
getting
a week ago, you said it's time to put Trump in the bullseye. There's some dispute about the context, but I think you appreciate.
I didn't say crosshairs. I was talking about focus on. Look, the truth of the matter was, what I guess I was talking about at the time was, there's very little focus on Trump's agenda.
Yeah, the term is bullseye language, what we say out loud.
Is it still an echo? Let me know if y'all still hear echo.
And the consequences of those. You called your opponent an existential threat. On a call a week ago, you said it's time to put Trump in the bullseye. There's some dispute about the context, but I think you appreciate.
I didn't say crosshairs. I was talking about focus on. Look, the truth of the matter was, what I guess.
You hear him? He get put on the spot. He said, "Man, a week before you talk about putting Trump in the bullseye." Then he says, "I didn't say crosshairs." He said bullseye. Of course, you didn't say crosshair. Then when he gets to blinking, you know he's lying.
Existential threat. On a call a week ago, you said it's time to put Trump in the bullseye. There's some dispute about the context, but I think you appreciate.
I didn't say crosshairs. I was talking about focus on. Look, the truth of the matter was, what I guess I was talking about at the time was, there's very little focus on Trump's agenda.
Yeah, the term is bullseye.
It was a mistake to use the word. I didn't say crosshairs. I meant bullseye. I meant focus on it. Focus.
Where does he keep talking about crosshairs? Maybe it's a bad choice of words. I didn't say crosshairs. I said bullseye. That's what he's saying. You said.
I didn't say crosshairs. I meant bullseye. I meant focus on it. Focus on what he's doing. Focus on his policies. Focus on the number of lies he told in the debate. Focus. I mean, there's a whole range of things. Look, I'm not the guy that said I want to be a dictator on day one. I'm not the guy that refused to accept the outcome of the election. I'm not the guy who said that one would accept the outcome of this election automatically. You can't.
Mr. President, you've been in politics a very long time, so let's speak frankly, let's speak frankly, we're all adults here. Has this shooting changed the trajectory of this race?
I don't know.
But have you given thought to it? I don't know, but have you somehow given thought to it?
No, I've thought less about the trajectory of the case than two things. One, what his health is. That was secure. Number one. And number two, what happens from here on in terms of the kind of coverage that the president and vice president and former president and new vice president get in terms of, look, I've never seen
when he gets to filibustering and talking out his butt cheeks, that's when he pauses and say, "Look, look, the idea that I'm happy that they missed the idea." You know, he always says that. Unbelievable, magnificent. I'm glad you see it. All praises, because that's the whole point. That's how you know, man. When you say America, USA is under Satan's authority, that's exactly what it is, man. Ran by lies and deception, misdirection, misinformation, the whole nine.
Where you ride through certain rural areas of the country.
Enough of him. Enough of him. Let's move on.
Have signs that.
Enough of him. Let's move on. Okay. Here's another little piece of evidence. Mobile data reveals someone who regularly visited Thomas Crook's home and work also visited a building in Washington, D.C. near the FBI office. Imagine that. Once they finally were able to crack into his phone and really get to the nitty-gritty of what he was up to, here's one thing that they did find. Mobile data reveals someone regularly was visiting Thomas Crook's home and his job. And they were visiting a building next to the DC FBI office. Wonder what they was talking about. Wonder who that was. Who visited Thomas Crook's home before he attempted to assassinate President Trump? Mobile ad data analysis reveals someone who regularly visited Crook's Pennsylvania home also visited a building in D.C. near an FBI office. The Oversight Project identified 9 devices linked to ADIDs that were located at Crook's home and worked within the last year. Per the Heritage Foundation Oversight Project, we found the assassin's connections through our in-depth analysis of mobile ad data to track movements of Crooks and his associates. Uh-oh. Interesting. I'll leave the speculation to you. Now watch this. Let me see if this is popping up. For some of y'all who've been riding with me on DSTM, I did this DSTM almost 3 years ago. This is DSTM 56. Okay. We're on DSTM. We're like at 320 something right now. I lost count. Okay. But here we see. I'm going to replay. You can see down here, DSTM number 56. Kamala slipping, snitches, famine, teens dying from the Pope, all the above, right? I'm going to replay something that I said almost 3 years ago regarding this election and Kamala Harris. You had the first so-called black president with Obama. Let me back this up a little bit.
20 on snitching.
And they still letting you work.
You gonna get set up.
Okay.
Look.
Look. If this is coming in clear, put a 7 in the chat for me. Because somehow, man, black folks and the Hispanics, they done got a fog brain, selective memory. You know, you can see up here, if you can, the date of this article from The Hill is 11/10/21, right? We're almost at 11. We're almost in November of 2024. So like I said, almost 3 years ago, I did this video. Some of y'all wasn't around watching DSTM back then. So I'm catching you up to things I've been talking about for years now. If the sound is coming in okay, throw a 7 in the chat for me. At 28%. Look, slow Biden is at 38%. We read that yesterday. His counterpart is even worse. and they still letting you work. You gonna get set up. Okay. Look. At 28%. Look, slow Biden is at 38%. We read that yesterday. Now we're talking at the time, we're talking about Kamala Harris's approval rating as a plan B to aging Joe Biden. So they were talking about slow Biden aging almost 3 years ago. Over 2.5 years ago, they was already on this hype, right? And at that time, they were asking, well, what is your confidence in Kamala Harris taking over? 28% of the people was like, yeah, we're with it. We think she can handle the job. Okay. Now, let me back it up. Here we go. They still letting you work.
You gonna get set up.
Okay. Look. At 28%. Look, slow Biden is at 38%. We read that yesterday. His counterpart is even worse. Good Lord. 28% approval. Say goodbye to Kamala Harris being plan B to an aging Biden. You know who they're trying to prop up now? To my knowledge,
is the sodomite Pete
Buttigieg. And that's no pun intended on his name. Buttigieg
is his name. I mean, you can't make
is his name. I mean, you can't make this madness up, man. It sets the tone.
You had the first so-called
you had the first so-called black president with Obama.
Then you get Trump in.
Unprecedented, reality TV star, real estate mogul, did the impossible, no political background at all, was able to win the presidency, right?
Now they seen how
horrendous that turned out to be.
So they dug up Slow Biden,
a complete puppet who they knew they could manipulate and control
to get him in there. And now,
if things turned out to be favorable, once he's out the way, whether he kills over and dies, whether he's found to be incoherent and incapable of completing the mission. Oh, listen what I said. If they find that he's incoherent or unable to complete the mission, then they seen how horrendous that turned out to be. So they dug up Slow Biden, a complete puppet who they knew they could manipulate and control to get him in there. And now, if things turned out to be favorable, once he's out the way, whether he kills over and dies, whether he's found to be incoherent and incapable of completing the mission, she slides in. Oh, the first woman of color to be the president. That would have been cool. But because she's dropping, they're trying to prop up the first sodomite president. Pete Buttigieg. Whatever his name is. I think they trying to prop him up
to be the next thing.
So that again was almost 3 years ago, and I said, if Slow Biden he gets to fail in the mission, they're going to find him either incoherent, unable to complete the task, falls ill, whatever. They're going to prop her up. But at the time, her approval rating was horrible, so they couldn't move on it then. Now, all of a sudden, let's fast forward. Now, all of a sudden, so what I said is how it played out. Slow Biden's incapacitated. He, incoherent. He can't complete the job. He drops out. Now she steps in. Pete Buttigieg or whatever his health, that's out of my name. He's out the picture. There is no other options but her. They're doing race-based politics. They're trying to, first female, first black, all of that foolishness, right? Look at this. Look how all of a sudden the numbers get cooked. Bayan, you said it. You see now you know how they pushing the numbers. Look what happened. All of 2.5+ years ago, she was at 28% approval rating. Nobody was effing with her. Now, within a week of her being nominated or taking over for Slow Biden, she's leading. All the Democrats, they all band together. All of the ads, everybody's on her. How did this happen? What did she do within the last 2.5 years that made everybody say she can do an outstanding job? Hey, her approval rating, her efficiency in the White House, all the actions, all the buttons that she pushed proves that she's ready to live. What did she do? Can anybody name something? I'm going to show you what she did, though. So exclusive, Harris leads Trump 44% to 42% in U.S. presidential race. Reuters and Ipsos poll finds. That was as of July 23rd. That was as of 4 days ago. They have her leading all of a sudden. She just made her first speech earlier this week. She ain't accepted a nomination within the last 7 days. And she's, if you tell me the fix ain't in, look, if she wins, all hell is going to break loose. So for you passerbys and the ones who like to come in and watch after the fact and you're straddling the fence and you're still out there registered to vote, go vote Harris. Go out there and vote. You Negroes and Hispanics ain't supposed to be voting, period. But you a knucklehead, so if you do, because the heat is already turned up, man. If it goes this way, you already know what's gonna happen. Look at this. Harris earns $231 million in donations on the first day of her presidential campaign. You got all of her money and all her backers, all of the ones who's pushing the agenda to put her in the spotlight. They immediately opened up and broke the bank. $231 million in 24 hours. Where'd all this money come from? Remember all them big time donors froze the money from slow Biden? $90 million or something like that? Look, all of a sudden, all this money is just flowing her way. In a huge vote of confidence for her still nascent campaign, Harris won $81 million in small dollar donations and reportedly scored an additional $150 million quote money bomb from big donors in what amounted to the biggest one-day haul of the 2024 election cycle. People are acting like that they out here, the press and these Mockingbird media is running around here acting like people were just clamoring for Kamala Harris. Why didn't she, what took so long? We've been dying for her to be here. I can't wait to be in debt and give all my money to her. I know she's going to lead us in the right direction. What? Again, if you believe that, man, I've got 3 acres of land on the moon, man. I'm willing to let it go dirt cheap, and I'll pay your way on SpaceX to get up there. How about that? If you believe that, come do business with me. Now, let's get back to this. Kamala Harris. And remember, a few weeks back, I was trying to figure out where they're making this connection that she's black. So for anybody who's wondering, of course, that's the narrative that they're pushing. They're trying to get it out there. Oh, she's a black woman, Jamaican and Indian. When she was first campaigning in politics, she was only acknowledging she was Indian. She wasn't even acknowledging her so-called black side. How she identified with, her Indian culture and her Indian mama and everything else. Because she didn't need you niggas. Now she needs you. Kamala Harris' great 4 generations down, grandfather was a notorious Irish slave owner who bought Jamaican plantation and traveled to London to fight abolition, historian claims. Kamala Harris is descended from an owner of 120 plus slaves who ran a Jamaican plantation and fought against the abolition of an abhorrent trade, a British historian claimed today. Now, there's brothers and sisters that know their history in Jamaica right now. They already know this. They've got the yeah, there you go, Naquan. You can see there's brothers and sisters out there in Jamaica right now, man, that know this history because they know the history about the East Indians and their migration over there. The East Indians then invaded Trinidad and Tobago. They down there in Jamaica. They're down in Belize. When they mix together with the natives, they call them coolies, right? But she ain't a coolie, though. The Democrat would-be president is of Indian and Afro-Jamaican descent, with her late mother, Shayamala Gopalan, born in Madras, now Chennai, while her father, Donald Harris, is from Jamaica. See, notice how they always try to associate your nativity of where you're born with your ethnicity. No, we don't do that here. It's through the bloodline. It's through your father. That's how we acknowledge it. Right? Everybody should know this one. If you don't, 1 Chronicles. So all Israel were reckoned by genealogies, and behold, they were written in the book of the kings, Israel and Judah, who were carried away to Babylon for their transgression. So Israel is recognized by genealogy, right? Numbers 1 and 18. It says, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees, meaning what? Their bloodline and their family ties after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names from 20 years old and upward by their polls. So her 4 generations down grandfather was a slave owner, Edomite, Irish, right? Then he marries a sister. And then the line goes on, so forth and so on, and then you get to her father. But his great grandfather was an Edomite. You know, you think in the terms of, and not to say that they had to go this far back, but look at Bob Marley. You know, everybody and mama thought Bob Marley was black until, you know, it became more of a controversy, especially in the Israelite community. That was the first time I even heard that Bob Marley was an Edomite, when I came into the truth. Because why? We're so concerned with ethnicity and nationality that we got to make sure we're clear about who we're accepting in the fold and who we're not, right? So when brothers were saying Bob Marley's an Edomite, I was like, what? Well, hell no, you crazy. Until they showed me the proof. And I was like, oh, snap. Now you see it in the movie, you know, that he had one love, you know, they acknowledge his pops being the Edomite and all of that, you know. But this is how it goes. She ain't no different, man, but they're going to try to push the issue that, oh, she's a sister. No, she's not. And she's not going to be there for Negroes when it's all said and done. Let's get some scriptures on her. Let's get some scriptures on her. Jeremiah 31:22. Look, this is going to be interesting, because who knows? It just may go down this way. Jeremiah 31:22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For Yahweh hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. She will compass, meaning she will circumvent and go in front of the man. And compass, meaning go past him and lead. But we already see that there's a feminine vibration in the earth. We already see that there's so much, so many pro-feminist movements that's going on out there, you know, from Me Too all the way down. Most of the women that are out there supporting the LGBTQ plus HIV community, is a lot of women out there, man. I showed y'all the video when they had the Pride Month celebration last month over in Texas, and somewhere, was it Detroit? I think it was Texas. They damn near had a riot. It was mostly all sisters out there fighting, acting a damn fool, right? But it'd be par for the course, man, if she popped in there and really took the lead. That would really show the representation of what the Most High mean, a woman compassing a man. She'd be the first one to lead the mother of harlots, Babylon, right? Figuratively, spiritually, a woman riding on the beast. That'd be wild. Look at this. Revelation 20:2 and 20. Notwithstanding, I have a few things against it, because thou sufferest that woman Jezebel, which calleth herself a prophetess, to teach and seduce my servants to commit fornication. We're going to see Kamala Harris, man. She's already been on the campaign trail. One of her first stops was posting up with RuPaul at the damn drag queen show. She was already pushing that agenda. So you Negroes out there thinking she's going to be there for you and got to help the black vote, and we got to get out there and support our sister. You about to get lumped upside the head again with your foolishness, getting deceived, thinking that they on your team, just like you did with Obama. And you're going to get seduced. Jezebel had the priest destroyed and killed. She lied. She manipulated her husband. She did all kind of wickedness. And here we go. New one propping herself up to teach and to seduce my servants to commit fornication and to eat things sacrificed unto idols. What's her campaign now? Oh, you're going to get freedom and liberty and democracy, and we're going to set things back on track. Oh yeah, she's promising you Negroes, you're going to be free from the plantation. This is what she's saying. You're going to get freedom. This is what she's promoting on her campaign. I thought we're not in captivity. You know, here she is acknowledging this. Look at this. Proverbs 6:23. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs of instructions are the way of life. So we know that the light, the law, that's how we get our illumination. That's how we get our guidance, and our path is clear. It's through the commandments, right? To keep thee from the evil woman. See, if we understood and we knew, let's get there real quick in the law. Deuteronomy 17, and let's see. Let's look at Deuteronomy 17. Let's look at the law, right? Verse 14. When thou art come unto the land which Yahweh thy power giveth thee, and shalt possess it, and shalt dwell therein, and shalt say, I will set a king, not a queen, hello, over me, like as all the nations that are about me, because Israel didn't want the Most High to be their king and to rule over them. They want to be like the other nations. We swore up and down. We needed to see, feel, touch, and worship and bow down. We need the king over us. We need to be taxed by a king. We need to be, put under constraints of hard labor, like Solomon did to us and Rehoboam did to us. But we want that. So the Most High said, well, if that's what they want, I gotta set it up in order via a law, how they can accomplish that. Continuing on, it says, thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Most High Yahweh thy king, whom the Most High Yahweh thy power shall choose. One from among thy brethren, not sisterin, brethren shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother. So, number one, it had to be a male. Number two, it could not be from another nation. Number three, they're supposed to be ruling well according to the laws of the Most High. That's in 2 Samuel regarding David. I got to remember that one. It's not 5. Let me double check. I can't remember that scripture. But anyway, I'm trying to remember the scripture where the Most High said that he that rules over men must be just. Maybe that could be it. Is that it? Let me see. Yeah, that was it. 2 Samuel 23:3. There we go. 2 Samuel 23:3 says, the power of Israel said, the rock of Israel spake to me, he that ruleth over men must be just, ruling in the fear of the Most High. That's another qualification. If the ruler or king, quote unquote, does not rule in justice and the law of the Most High and rules in the fear of the Most High, they can't rule. She for sure don't do any of the above. She don't qualify on no level. No level. But a Negro gonna quickly run out there and say, we got to stand behind the system, man. We shouldn't be voting for either one. Mind you, we just got through reading that you couldn't set a stranger over you. So Trump ain't your answer either. Stay out of it. Vote for Yahweh Shai. Repent. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. You understand what I'm saying? But our people want to sit out here and think they can mess around and play politics with the damn devil. Let's read Sirach 25. We're going to read 23 and 24. It says, a wicked woman abateth the courage, maketh an heavy countenance and a wounded heart. A woman that will not comfort her husband will in distress maketh weak hands and feeble knees. Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. Sisters, don't get sensitive. Don't log off. He's hating. No, that's the scripture saying that. Go back to the history. We know what happened in Genesis, so forth and so on. And that is not just because of her, but the fact remains, sin was introduced, death was introduced via Eve. However, Adam was off because he didn't rule his house well in the fear of the Most High. He got seduced. That's where the problem comes into play. Notice we just got to saying about the art of seduction, how things can play out if you're not firm in the law and the commandments. Look at this in Esther. Remember this? You had King Ahasuerus. He was having a big feast. We cover this all the time with Esther, right? Big feast, wanted to celebrate the ruling of his kingdom. He had 127 provinces. The rulership of the Persians and the Medes was at an all-time high. King Ahasuerus is also known as Xerxes in history, right? He wanted to show off, right? And his wife, Vashti, the queen, stayed in rebellion, and she didn't want to come out and be shown as his, trophy piece. Look at this. Look at it. And the drinking was according to the law. None did compel, for so the king had appointed to all the officers of his house that they should do according to every man's pleasure. Also, Vashti the queen made a feast for the women in the royal house which belonged to King Ahasuerus. On the seventh day, when the heart of the king was merry with wine, he commanded Mehuman, Biztha, Harbona, Bigtha, and Abagtha, Zethar, and Carcass, the 7 chamberlains that served in the presence of Ahasuerus the king. So Ahasuerus is having his party. Vashti says, well, I'm going to have my party with my girls. We're going to do our own thing. Forget that. We're not, going to coincide with what Ahasuerus, my king, wants us to do. We're going to do our own thing, right? Look at it. To bring Vashti, the queen, before the king with the crown royal, to show the people and the princess her beauty, for she was fair to look upon. So he called and said, look, I want Vashti to come out here. I want everybody to see how beautiful she is. But the queen Vashti refused to come at the king's commandment by his chamberlains. Therefore was the king very wroth, and his anger burned in him. Now look at this. Then the king said to the wise men which knew the times, for so was the king's manner towards all that knew law and judgment. We're going to skip all the names, right? Now it says, what shall we do unto the queen Vashti according to the law? Because she have not performed the commandment of the king Ahasuerus by the chamberlains. And Memucan answered before the king and the princes, Vashti the queen have not done wrong to the king only, but also to all the princes and to all the people that are in all the provinces of the king Ahasuerus. For this deed of the queen shall come abroad unto all women, so that they shall despise their husbands in their eyes when it shall be reported. The king Ahasuerus commanded Vashti the queen to be brought in before him, but she came not. What are we saying? Look, the king called for his wife to come out to be celebrated at his party. She refused. She was rebellious. That's why when I said get your stakes out, get your forks out, because the scriptures say rebelliousness is as the sin of witchcraft. Now, here she is in full defiance. And Memucan, one of his advisors before the king, he said, look, this is going to cause problems for all of us. All of our wives are going to rebel. Well, look who Kamala Harris. Look where she steps out first. 3 days ago, the Divine Nine, Kamala Harris rallies with black sorority. She's going to the sisters first. She's trying to create an insurrection. You understand what I'm saying? Divine Nine, Kamala Harris rallies with black sorority. So before first thing she want to do, she got to go talk to the women. I got to go talk to these sisters so that I can create a rebellion. Harris taps black sorority with and fraternity family over political power. Oh, now they're family. Now Negroes are family. Where was she at when the Negroes was out here on the street corners shooting each other up in Chicago, in LA, in New York, in Memphis? Where was she at then? Now we're brothers, huh? A look at Alpha Kappa Alpha, the legendary sorority rep by Kamala Harris. Oh, now she's running off to the sisters. See, this is the foolishness that goes on, man. She's playing you Negroes, man. She's playing. I'm not talking to y'all that's watching. Y'all already know. This is for those who pop in later and don't have an allegiance to anything, you know? This is for the ones when you're sharing it to your family and your friends who are out here thinking, you know, I'm gonna go vote finally, man. I ain't like Biden, I ain't like Trump, but guess what? I'm gonna get out there and vote for that sister. Negro, go sit your narrow butt down and get some background knowledge before you go out there and commit yourself to her foolishness. They're setting up the play. Psalms 80. Let's read let's read 3 down to 6. Okay. Turn us again, O Yahweh, and cause thy face to shine, and we shall be saved. This is all about the salvation of Israel, man. This is all of us coming back together in order to repent to the Most High. How are we going to be delivered? O Yahweh, power of hosts, how long wilt thou be angry against the prayer of thy people? Thou feedest them with the bread of tears and givest them tears to drink in great measure. That's because of our cursings, our oppressing, you know, our judgments befell us by the Most High. Our people is out here mourning and in tears, man, going through it. But look at this. Verse 6. Thou makest us a strife unto our neighbors. See, we're infighting, battling with each other, striving with each other, our neighbors, right? And look, and our enemies laugh among themselves. Who laughs more than Kamala Harris? Who shows her teeth more than, does anybody within politics? We're going to see in a minute. Who laughs more than Kamala Harris, man? She's constantly giggling, constantly showing her dental work, constantly out there trying to make it seem like she's on point with what she's dealing with. She knows, she don't know a damn thing. Sirach 19:29, it says, a man may be known by his look, and one that have understanding by his countenance. When thou meetest him, a man's attire and excessive laughter engage show what he is. It's okay to have a good time. It's okay to giggle and laugh and enjoy yourself and have some mirth. But hold on, every time we see you, you giggling, every time you showing your damn teeth, every time something's funny. I don't know if that's just a nervous reaction that she has or what's going on with her, but she's constantly giggling. Let's see. Oh, some of y'all know this. You've seen her history. Kamala Harris' ex-lover, Willie Brown, says Biden should resign immediately and make her president. This is where she got her start from. Willie Brown, former mayor of San Francisco, and he was assembly speaker, got with Kamala Harris within a year. You know, I think they was together for around a year. He gave her 2 positions in political offices. She was making 6 figures, making paper, shaking hands in the right circles. Then when they broke up and she separated herself and she started trying to get into politics, he still backed her. When she, you know, became a district attorney and all this other stuff, and then she got into Senate, that was all through his backing, through his connections. And all the way up until now, man, Kamala Harris must have put it on Willie Brown, because Willie Brown is still out here co-signing for her. This was 4 days ago. Willie Brown's still alive. He's saying, slow Biden, you need to back down. Let her be president. Kamala Harris must have, you know, she must have put it on, go to a Willie, because Willie out here still campaigning for her. Can you imagine? Look at it. Now you're going to get all of this. Oh, there go your favorite Christian coon and mine, Kirk Franklin, at the Juneteenth event that they had at the White House. You know, this how tapped in they claim that they are with the black community. They still think Negroes get excited for Kirk Franklin. They think that's how they connecting with the community. Let's get old Kirk up there so he can gyrate and twerk for the crowd. You understand what I'm saying? Thinking that that's a celebration of Juneteenth. That's freedom. Right?
Celebration.
Look at it. There you go. Hey, They love a Negro dancing. They love a Negro out there tap dancing, showing his teeth, man, sweating for the white man. Need some entertainment, nigga. Get out there and tap dance for us. Come on, fiddler.
Even though it hurts me, I smile. I know I was working, so I smile.
Look at the crowd. Ain't nobody moving with this Negro. That's what I'm saying. They are completely out of touch. They still think he got it. What they call him? Twerk Franklin? Twerk Franklin. Yeah. You know, subsequently, he was out there. He had on like a tank top, some tight jeans. He was gyrating and thrusting his pelvis into the camera and doing all kind of foolishness, man. Very Christian-like. Yeah, I don't have that video, but I'm sure some of y'all seen it. Twerk Franklin.
I know that's what y'all. I love this. I love this. I love this. 1, 2.
Oh no, where is she at? Look at him. He waving her. Oh, come on. Get up here and get the spirit. She don't want to get up there because she ain't got no damn salt. She phony as hell. Oh, here we go. Oh yeah, here we go. Come on, no, let's go. I'm about to throw her. Oh, so she can get up there, she can dance with Kirk Franklin. She's so in tune. Negroes is out there celebrating. They got the Holy Ghost now. Look at it. Smile. And who shows her teeth more than her? A fitting song so that she can try to smile her way into. You know what? I'm not done with her, man. Get out the damn road.
It's a huge celebration.
Okay, hold on. Sirach 13. Look at this. Y'all know this. Verse 6 and 7. Sirach 13, 6 and 7. If he have needed thee, he will deceive thee and smile upon thee. Oh, just smile. Oh, whatever the damn song saying. Oh. If he have needed thee, he will deceive thee and smile upon thee. Oh, fitting song, Kirk Franklin. Twerk Franklin. Sluck it. And she's up there showing them teeth. And put thee in hope. Oh, we're going to change the trajectory of this election. A youth injection has been here. She's getting ready to paint the White House black, and she's bringing her Indian people with her. You believe that? He will speak thee fair and say, what wantest thou? What do you need? You want liberty? You want freedom? You want good money? You want a job? I got it for you. Just vote me in. And he will shame thee by his meats until he have drawn thee dry twice or thrice. And at least, and at the last, he will laugh thee to scorn afterward. When he seeth thee, he will forsake thee and shake his head at thee. Negro, go ahead and vote her in. And then you're going to see when you're left dry and they go back saying the same thing. What Obama do for us? We ain't got no accountability for nothing. We voted Biden in. We ain't got nothing to show for it. Immigrants come in, took our jobs. I done got laid off. They moved in. They got the homeless all over the place. Well, we ain't got nothing. I ain't voting for him no more. I'm off the Democratic plantation. Well, apparently by these new polls, you niggas is back on it. Interesting. Let's read this in the GNT. We're going to read verse 6 again. GNT and the Apocrypha Sirach. It says, if he needs you, he will trick you with his smiles and cheerfully kindly words. Do you need anything? He will ask. He will feed you until you are embarrassed. Keep pumping you up with lies and foolishness and deception and false promises and fake vows and everything. Oh, finally, When he has drained you 2 or 3 times over, he will laugh at you. If you see him later, he'll pretend he doesn't know you and will pass you by. That's exactly what's going to happen. Be careful not to be misled. You can be enjoying yourself and suddenly find yourself humiliated. See, all these niggas running out here smiling and dancing with Kamala and all this other stuff. Oh, okay. Let's double back and let's look at her. Let's look at her public speaking record. When she was asked to speak about the Russia-Ukraine migrant crisis and how she was going to handle it and all this other stuff when the war was jumping up, let's see how she answered. Let's see how she deals with political pressure.
If you're watching any level of news, even social media, you're seeing everything that's going on right now in the Ukraine.
A smaller country called Ukraine. So basically that's wrong. Russia is a powerful country. Russia decided to invade a smaller country called Ukraine. So basically that's wrong.
Did you see that?
Ukraine. So basically.
Let's move this out the way. Kamala Harris explains the Ukraine-Russia conflict. Ukraine is a country in Europe. It exists next to another country called Russia. Russia is a bigger country. This sounds like an elementary school student, wrote that explanation. Who doesn't know Ukraine is in Europe? Oh, it exists next to a country called Russia. Nobody's ever heard of Russia? Nobody knew Russia was bigger? Oh, okay.
Basically, that's wrong.
That's wrong. Okay. Now let's watch it. Trying to find the one where she was actually talking.
A country in Europe, it exists next to another country called Russia. Russia is a bigger country. Russia is a powerful country. Russia decided to invade a smaller country called Ukraine. So basically, that's wrong.
Basically, that's wrong. Okay, come on, man. The woman don't know what she's talking about. But watch how she deals with the speaking and the scripts that she's given and how she has to repeat and say the same things. Very similar to, Obama when he would say, yes, we can, right? Trump says he's going to make America great again. Slow Biden says we're going to build back better. But look how she deals with these catchphrases.
I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been.
Huh?
What can.
I can imagine what has been and can be. Hold on. Did y'all catch that? Do you understand what she's saying? I can imagine what has been and be unburdened by what can be. What?
I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been.
No, I don't.
Can be unburdened by what has been. What 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 we can see, what we believe can be unburdened by what has been. What 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 can be unburdened by what has been. We can be unburdened by what we have been.
Do y'all get the point? This is puppeteering at its finest. And if you don't think she's finna run out here and do the same thing on this campaign trail where she's got somebody's glove up her rectum, sorry, kids. But you dig what I'm saying? Somebody's popping her, telling her what to say, and you're saying these same old catchphrases. You ask her, explain that, and she cannot. If she got to sit back in elementary school, break down, Ukraine is in Europe, and it's next to a big country called Russia. And Russia is bigger than Ukraine, but they're both in Europe. And that's not right. What? But she's leading the polls, man. Woman's gonna go past a man. She's on the way.
Can be unburdened by what has been. Where we can be, unburdened by where we have been, and unburdened by where we are right now. What can be, unburdened by what
Let me fast forward. Let's see if it changed. That's less than a minute.
What can be unburdened by what has been.
This is multiple places. Let me scoot up. Maybe she's gonna change up.
Be unburdened by what has been. Unburdened by what has been, and knowing what can be. Have a sense of vision.
Oh my God! All right, you got to go, honey. You got to go. Let's look at this.
Do you have any plans to visit the border?
At some point, we are going to the border. We've been to the border. So this whole thing about the border, we've been to the border. We've been to the border.
You haven't done it.
She's trying to convince herself. Now, mind you, she's supposed to be the quote unquote border czar, as they've been scrambling around saying that's a lie. She's not the border czar. But they're playing on words. There is no quote unquote title called border czar, but she was put in charge of the border situation. She was supposed to go down there and visit the border, figure out the migrant crisis. She's supposed to figure out the root causes of it. She was supposed to come up with a game plan to stop what eventually we see happen. And we see she fumbled the ball. And this cat, man, he always be on their head a little bit. And he asked her, are you going to visit the border? She goes like a deer in the headlights. We've been to the border. No, I'm talking about you. Did you go? No, we've been. Now she's speaking French.
Do you have any plans to visit the border?
At some point, we are going to the border. We've been to the border. So this whole thing about the border, we've been to the border. We've been to the border.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe.
Oh, there you go. Goddamn jackal, man. Hyena. I haven't been to Europe either. What the hell has that got to do with anything? Good Lord.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe. And I don't understand the point that you're making.
Wow. She's on the way. Let's not forget. See, I had another video where she was asked about the migrant crisis and not the Ukraine. I thought I had it on here. That was a different video. She was asked about the Ukraine situation, and she was with the president of Poland. And they asked her all kind of plans. What are you going to do with the Ukrainian migrants? Blah, 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 blah. And she looked at him and said, a friend in need is a friend indeed. I need help. And the president of Poland said, oh, okay, all right. You want me to start off? I'll start off. Okay, no problem. Did we forget 2020? Look at her approval rating, 16%. Now it damn near doubled, a little less than doubled up until 2021. Y'all seen that? She was at 28%, and everybody still was like, hell no. How is she leading now that everybody's in love with her? Somebody explain that to me. What changed? What has she done? We just seen she ain't do nothing for the border. I wish I had that damn video. I thought I had it. Of her under pressure over there in Ukraine and Poland, and they was asking her what she gonna do, and she laughed and said, "Need a friend indeed is a friend in need. Help! I can't answer this." Did anybody see that? If not, I gotta find it. And I'm gonna play it for y'all because that was wild. Hold on. See, now y'all gonna make me find it because that one was. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Well, I might not be able to find the video off the top, but I did just see the article. See this? Ex-Zelensky rep rips Harris for laughter, says it would be a tragedy if she's ever president. Oh, maybe they'll play here.
I wanted to ask you about some reporting that my colleague here in Poland noticed. He recently spoke with the mayor of the largest...
Fair use. Fair use. This is my commentary in reaction to this particular question.
I wanted to ask you about some reporting that my colleague here in Poland noticed.
Deer in the
he
headlights.
recently spoke with the mayor of the largest border town, who told him that the refugee system is essentially not set up for this, that it will collapse. It's an improvised system that can work for maybe 2 weeks, but not indefinitely.
She's scrambling through her notes. She's trying to see, do I have anything I can answer this? She's looking at them damn notes. She looking like, I ain't got nothing. I'm in trouble.
What the United States is going to do more specifically to set up a permanent infrastructure.
You see him. He's a seasoned politician. He's staring at her. He's ready. He's getting ready to give some BS answer. She's scrambling looking for notes.
And relatedly, is the United States willing to make a specific allocation for Ukrainian refugees? And for President Duda, I wanted to know if you think, and if you asked the United States to specifically accept more refugees.
Okay. A friend in need is a friend indeed.
Okay, I can first. Okay, so
there she go. She was stuck. Here we are talking about an international crisis regarding a war and refugees and this, that, and the third. She's scrambling, looking through notes, can't find nothing that's going to help her BS her way up out of it. Deer in the headlights, when she asks, finally, when the question gets posed, she stops and looks at him.
Okay. A friend in need is a friend indeed.
okay, I can first.
And they got on their head because they like, how dare you laugh at white folks going through war, getting killed and getting thrown in refugee situations and being excommunicated from their land. Don't you dare laugh at these poor white folks in Ukraine. So they was on her head about that. But she's ready for the international stage, y'all. She's ready to lead Babylon. Believe that if you want to. Look at this. Did Negroes forget about this? This was 2022. African-American White House staffers are leaving in mass. They were calling it a Blaxit. Do you remember that? Under her and Slow Biden's rule 2 years ago, Black folks was leaving the White House. They were quitting because they was unhappy with the rule that Slow Biden and Kamala Harris was doing. More than 20 Black White House aides have departed the Biden administration since late last year, and exodus some have dubbed Blaxit, according to a new report. While some of the departing staffers have left on good terms to pursue additional career or educational opportunities, others have attributed the turnover to a lack of mentorship and opportunity. Politico reported Tuesday, citing 9 Black current and former White House officials. We're here and we're doing a lot of work, but we're not decision makers, and there's no real path towards becoming decision makers. So they you come on in on some internship, you come on in as staffers and background black folks to make it look like you got some things going on, but they said there was no pathway to helping them further their political careers. They're being used. Didn't we just get to reading about that in Sirach 13? There's no real feedback and there's no clear path to any kind of promotions. So everybody that got up in there thinking that Slow Bible was there for you Black folks, they got to work and they like, well, where's the promises at? Where's the advancements? Where's the promotions? Where's the little inside meetings we're supposed to have to get us into these political circles? Where's our promotions at? There ain't nothing happening. Get back to work and type up this and clean up that and do whatever else they need you to do. Kamala, you supposed to be for us, sister. You gonna help? Nuh-uh. You niggas got food again. That's what she did. Until Negro said, "Wait, there ain't no hope here, man. We're out of here. We gotta go." We got to get up out of here. You see, that's what happens. When our people sit back and they trust in politics, you trusting in the system, trusting in Egypt. Isaiah 30, woe to the rebellious children, saith Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. They're trusting in politics, they're trusting in the wickedness that America presents, they're trusting in spiritual Sodom and Gomorrah, spiritual Sodom and Egypt. That walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. You waiting for Pharaoh, you waiting for slow Biden, modern day Pharaoh to promote you and give you some help, and that ain't the strength that you were supposed to be getting. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. I.e. Blacksit. We're out of here. I guess our people forgot about that a couple years ago, man. Black folks was running from the White House. Now all of a sudden they done had to change the thought and they running to the White House. You believe that? Here she go. Kamala Harris joins RuPaul's Drag Race All-Star season finale to get out the vote to push. Here she's celebrating. This is par for the course. Since the Obama campaign and so forth and so on, man, they're getting pushed to the front. She's making it known. This is who I'm seeking out. This is who I'm getting ready to, promote. This is who's going to be leading the charge. You black folks, man, forget about it. Yeah, she's gonna go to the sororities, try to get these old silly Negro Greeks over there, the Gentile Greeks, the Hellenized Greeks in their sororities and fraternities. Go get them because they already turned out on America. They already turned out on modern day Babylon and Rome. Now you got to go scramble around. You go get the mutants, the Transformers and the Decepticons. You understand what I'm saying? Go get them. And the Negro and Hispanic gonna be sitting back saying, what about us? We voted for you. You're gonna fall for the same old trap again? Huh? Come on. There was much to be done, of late. People heard this from Trump. I seen one of the brothers pass a video to me last night about Trump declaring a vow to ban Black Hebrew Israelites or something of that nature. When brothers Deacon Akab, I believe, over in I was about to say his former camp affiliation, but I don't remember his new camp name. But nonetheless, he made a video regarding this. I think I've seen a couple other cats, speaking on this too. One thing's for sure, two things for certain. Yeah, we do know there's going to be a famine in the land. There's going to be persecutions of the Israelites, the whole nine. One thing I want everybody to know is Trump was saying this back last year, that he's hiding this under the guise of he's going to be there for the Christians. He's trying to get back to freedom of religion, First Amendment, this, that, and the third. Now, is that going to be subject to us? Time will tell. But for contextualizing and understanding what's going on, I just want everybody to see what outside of that, what did he say in this particular clip? Watch this.
Could this be America's last election if Donald Trump wins? Listen to what the former president told a Christian group at the Turning Point USA Believers Summit in West Palm Beach. The former president telling the crowd that if they re-elect him to the White House, they won't have to worry about voting ever again.
So they're saying basically they're going to use what he said, and they're saying, he's basically saying he's going to create a whole dictatorship to where there'll be no more voting. He's going to have, infinite rule. Now, what I'm gathering from it, he was basically trying to tell the Christians, you won't have to fight for your rights to vote. You won't have to vote for freedom of religion, this, that, and the third anymore. Like he's going to stamp that. But we'll see. Y'all, you determine it yourself.
And again, Christians, get out and vote just this time. You won't have to do it anymore. 4 more years, you know what? It'll be fixed. It'll be fine. You won't have to vote anymore, my beautiful Christians. I love you, Christians. I'm not Christian. I love you.
Get out and vote, you beautiful Christians. You Christians, get out there and vote. I love you. I'm not Christian, but what is he? He's carrying on talking about how the Christians are being persecuted, that it's a war on Christians and this, that, and the third. But meanwhile, he slid that in. I'm not Christian. Like, I don't believe what you people think. I'm not on that program, but I need your votes. I need this so I can become your next ruler, your next pharaoh. Like you said in the crowd, your next Caesar. But look how slick he is. He said, I'm not Christian. No, he's not. He's a damn Satanist. He's the devil.
You won't have to do it anymore. 4 more years. You know what? It'll be fixed. It'll be fine.
What's going to be fixed? What's going to be fine? See, part of this was, the pro-abortion, the anti-abortion crowds that, go out and protest at the Planned Parenthood facilities and abortion clinics and this, that, and the third. And they were getting arrested and they were catching some cases for doing that. And he's saying, I'm going to come to the rescue. I'm going to allow you to get out there. I'm going to protect you. I'm going to protect you from harassment and this, that, and the third. Now, some may say, hey, guess who harasses Christians? Who harasses Christians more than anybody else but the Israelites? That could very well be true. Let's not put it past the devil for him to flip it on us. My point is that he don't give a damn about Christians anyway. They're going to be holding the short end of the stick when he gets elected, and he don't change nothing because he just got to saying, I'm not Christian, but I need you to get out there and vote. That's the devil.
You won't have to vote anymore, my beautiful Christians. I love you, Christians. I'm not Christian. I love you. Get out. You got to get out and vote. In 4 years, you don't have to vote again. We'll have it fixed so good you're not going to have to vote.
He said it 3 times. Now the Harris for President campaign releasing
Believe the devil if you want.
the former president's
I'm
speech
not
tonight.
Christian. I'm a Satanist, but I'm going to get you back. You believe that? Okay. Look at this. This is from December 21st, 2023. Like I said, he's been saying this since last year. This is not breaking news. Trump vows to create a federal task force combating anti-Christian bias in the second term. The 77-year-old cited a House Judiciary Committee report released in August, which alleges the FBI targeted traditional Catholics as potential domestic terrorists. Trump-born evangelicals could be next. Remember him walking around when he was campaigning and he was holding the Bible and all that? He don't believe in that book. He don't believe in none of that. He believes in himself, money, power, fame, wealth, glory, the whole nine. He just said, I'm not a Christian, but get out there and vote. I love you. I love you. Come on. Evangelicals will not be far behind because when that starts, it starts happening on a very major scale, he said. When I'm back in the White House, never again will your government be used to target Christians and other religious beliefs. So he's claiming, I'll get the back of you Israelites too if you vote for me. I'll get the back of a Catholic, anybody. Just give me your vote. I want back in. I want power. I want to seize the White House again. He don't give a damn about none of that. You think he's gonna get the back of us? We're quote unquote in their eyes a religious belief, but we're not a religion. We all know that. But in the terms of the world and secular thought, they're a religion. You think he's gonna get our back? Bullish. Part of that effort, Trump said, would be the creation of a federal task force aimed at fighting anti-Christian bias under what the former president said would be a quote fully reformed Justice Department. This is the same guy that was talking about giving immunity to cops. Same cops that just went out and killed a sister, Massey. Giving them immunity. Giving them immunity to go out and round up, so-called migrants out on the streets and abuse them, do whatever they need to do. That's his real agenda. He said it's going to be a fully reformed Justice Department. Well, we'll see what the reformation is. Trump said the task force will focus on investigating all forms of illegal discrimination, harassment, and persecution against Christians in America. But we're the true Christians. Is he going to give us that same immunity? You know he's not. But he don't give a damn. He said, I'm not Christian. Just vote. I love you. We'll see. Look at this. Mom, son, and his friends fired from Burger King after hiring photo goes viral. This is so cold, man. And if anybody goes out there and says there's no systematic racism, there's no plans to hold black people back, you got all the opportunities in the world, so forth and so on. This is a sister, man, was a manager of a Burger King. She hired her 15-year-old son and his friends so that they would stay out of trouble over the summer. Summertime job, helping them start a career, get legitimate money, keeping them off the streets. Look what happened to them. A Mississippi mom thought she was doing the right thing when she got her 15-year-old son and his friends a job at Burger King, which she managed. But in a twist that was rocked the small city of Clinton, 12 miles from Jackson, here we go again with Mississippi, all 5 of them have been fired. Yeah, that's including mama. The sackings come amid accusations of nepotism. Oh, that's in other words, favoritism. You know, you've got a position of power and you use your power and so-called abuse it to, you know, bring along your family. They don't have no problem with that with Bronny James and LeBron, right? But some poor Negroes out there in Mississippi, man, trying to get a little change in their pockets to keep them up off the streets. Oh, that's a problem. You got to have the complexion for the connection just to get into corporate offices and connections. You know, it ain't about what you know, it's about who you know many a times. Look at Hunter Biden. You telling me that's not nepotism, man? This dude was on crack, laying with hoes, married his dead brother's wife. I mean, did all kind of folly, man. And he's out there making $1 million deals, selling paintings that he did while he was high on crack for $10,000 and $20,000 and all kind of matter. That's not nepotism. What are we talking about? Oh, it's nepotism, man, when it's poor black folks, man, trying to pull each other up and trying to help each other. The sackings came amid accusations of nepotism, with fast food bosses saying Shaquilla Dixon abused her position as manager and paid her son, Cordarion Valentine, too much money. Now, if that was the case, well, why you fire the other 4 and her? I mean, come on, man. Teenage boy goes viral for referring all his friends at Burger King and got them summer jobs. They ain't had no problem when the niggas was running around there buying it, $8, whatever, 8 nuggets for $1. And they when Negroes around that area is over there buying your Whoppers and whatever else they got over there, they got no problem with you spending your money. You're drinking up the Coke and everything else that's going on over there. But as soon as they want to give these little young jakes a job, man, get them off these streets, oh, it's a problem. This is a post, I guess, on Instagram, Nick Cannon posted. And this is how it ended up getting viral and got on the eyes of the damn bosses. Nick Cannon says, now this is the wave, staying out of trouble and getting the bag the right way. Now, this is how it's done, kings. Can't do that. All of them get fired. Now, guess what? That's going to shatter the confidence of these little young jakes, man, about getting jobs. They're going to hit the streets. They're going to go to jail. They're going to probably get put to death out there, man, gambling, taking penitentiary chances, because they're not going to have no faith in getting a quote-unquote honest dollar. Mama's going to have second thoughts about hiring and helping anybody after that, because she's going to say, every time I helped, the last time I helped somebody, I lost my damn job. You on your own. That's where the crabs in the barrel. That's when we get, not loving your neighbors yourself. All of the laws come into play, right? Curse shalt thou be when y'all come and saying, curse shalt thou go be when you go outside. Curse will be that basket in that store. You dig what I'm saying? Like, this is what's going on, man. Let's continue. Records show deputy charged in Sonia Massey's fatal shooting worked for 6 agencies in 4 years. Everybody's seen, and unfortunately, they're probably going to try to weaponize this sister's death and this sister's murder. Let's call it what it is. This sister's murder. They're going to try to memorialize her as the next George Floyd, politicize it. You dig what I'm saying? And they're going to try to utilize this for emotional thrusting of Kamala Harris. Oh, black woman killed. I'm black, and I couldn't believe if this happened to me, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but she's going to go right back to her white husband, a GMO Jew. You understand what I'm saying? She don't identify with none of this. She was responsible for locking Jakes up for petty crimes and all of that when she was in a district attorney out here. But they're going to weaponize it. Slow Biden was quick to jump on the jack and say, "Oh, this is a tragedy. I can't believe this happened. My condolences to the family and blah, blah, blah." You know, they try to lead her along. But notice she ain't said nothing yet. She ain't popped out. But they're formulating how they're going to utilize it so she can get on out there and make this. Because you know what they're going to say? Oh, this is what's going to happen when Trump gives immunity to the cops. We're going to see more dead black folk, more dead black women, more dead black men. We can't allow this. You can't allow this dictate. They just going to politicize it, man. They don't really give a damn about the system, man. And everybody's seen the video. It's gone viral. You know, she was dealing with some real demons in there. You feel me? Like, as soon as they popped up, the first thing she said was, "Don't hurt me, don't hurt me, don't hurt me." They like, "What? We ain't going to hurt you. You called us. What's going on?" "Oh, I heard somebody outside. They said, look, we searched everywhere. We didn't find nothing, blah, blah, blah. You know, what's wrong?" And they knew off the rip that either she had a spirit on her, something was going on. They said, "Ask, is anybody else in the house?" Or she, you know, you can hear just through her conversation that she had a lot going on in the spirit. She jumped on the phone, called 911. "Yeah, they're here." "Okay, good. Well, what you calling us for?" No, hold on. I want to let you go. She knew something was going to go on in the spirit. When they show up, she seen and felt a sense of harm was going to come to her. She called 911 again to follow up. They telling her, "Okay, get off the phone. We sent them out there. They there. What's the problem?" She like, no, I can't get off the phone. Because she knew that something might go down. She's polite. She's talking everything they need to hear. Goes behind the counter, gets a hot thing of water, and now she says, "Oh, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." And what's his response? "You better not. I will shoot you in your MFing face. Put down the water. Put it down." What is she supposed to do? She's supposed to drop the hot pot of water on herself? She says, okay. Hands up, goes down, puts the water down, and y'all know the rest. This same cop, man, worked for 6 agencies in the last 4 years, man. Vagabond cop, man, that had no business having a weapon, a badge, authority, nothing. He had 2 DUIs. So he's a damn drunk, undisciplined. Murdered that sister on live, man. Absolutely, Nicole. Hands up, says sorry, the whole nine. She tried to plead to them. And you seen right after his reaction. There wasn't no real remorse. All you can hear them say, F, damn, you okay? "Yeah, I'm fine. I wasn't going to take no hot water to the face, man. F that. I mean, what was I supposed to do?" Then they go out there, and the next video, you hear him talking about, yeah, the crazy bee. Is she in there? Yeah, you know, they was asking her, call help, medical. Yeah, no need, man. I popped her in the head. It's over. Don't call medical. She's done. Then they get out there, yeah, where's she at? Yeah, the crazy bitch. Y'all heard that? The former sheriff's deputy charged with murder in the fatal shooting of Sonia Massey, a 36-year-old black woman killed inside her Illinois home, have been employed by a half dozen police agencies since 2020. According to state law enforcement records, Sean Grayson's career included short stints as a part-time officer at 3 small police departments and a full-time job at a 4th department, as well as working full-time at 2 sheriff offices, all in central Illinois. I thought there's a police shortage. I thought they were trying to what are they calling it? Not ban the police. There's some little defund the police, right? What were these short stints? Why was he constantly getting let go and then coming in on part-time missions? And then you get a full-time job All within 6 jobs in 4 years, man. You take that resume anywhere that you need to work, right? They're gonna look at you crazy. They're gonna say, "What? What? Not even a cop. Not even a cop. You take a resume to any job, corporate or whatever, and they say, wow, you've had a lot of jobs in the last 4 years, a lot of instability. Like, what's going on? How come you can't stick anywhere?" That's a red flag for an employer. They're going to look at, they're going to say, this person has a lot of issues. There's no stability. Obviously, there's some problems with him. Maybe it's got something to do with the company. We look up the company. Oh, the companies, they're still around. The companies are still here. It's not because they went bankrupt or anything, but you got 6 jobs in 4 years. Oh, and you got 2 DUIs. Yeah, we're not hiring you. You're out of here. Let's move on, man, before I lose my brain. California. Let's look at this real quick.
Breaking news.
And good morning. I'm John Gregory. We do have breaking news. Governor Gavin Newsom has issued an executive order for the removal of homeless encampments across the state of California.
Executive order to remove all homeless encampments across the state of California. Anybody who's been to California, live out here, you know. You're waging war against these tent cities and all the homeless people that's out here, man. All of the people that's been out, they're already banning, people that's living in their trailers and in their mobile homes from, parking at parks and parking anywhere overnight and all that. Now they're trying to so-called clean up the streets and getting rid of all homeless. Where are they going to put them? Where are they going to go? They don't have facilities, homes, and nothing else lined up for them to migrate to. The jails is already overpacked and crowded. Some of these people's on drugs, this, that, and that. Where are they going to go?
Newsom's order directs state agencies on how to remove the thousands of tents.
I don't give a damn. If he was a reserve cop not getting paid, his ass should have found another occupation then. But if you got 6 jobs in 4 years, man, that's a definite red flag in any arena that you're trying to get hired. And you were damn drunk. That dude had no business doing what he did. And you're right. Hopefully he does get what he gets. Get what he's supposed to get. That's right. He needs to be up out of here. That was foul. Now you got Newsom, gruesome, saying he's got an executive order. He's about to get rid of all the homeless people. Good luck, because there's millions out there. And I forgot, 50 to 60,000 in LA alone. Forget what's going on in San Francisco, Oakland, everywhere else, San Diego. Now he wants to get rid of all the homeless after he was given $24 billion to clean it up. Where'd that money go?
And good morning. I'm John Gregory. We do have breaking news. Governor Gavin Newsom has issued an executive order for the removal of homeless encampments across the state of California. Newsom's order directs state agencies on how to remove the thousands of tents and makeshift shelters across the state that line freeways and clutter shopping center parking lots and fill city parks. The order makes clear that the decision to remove the encampments remains in the hands of local authorities. This comes after a decision by the U.S. Supreme Court earlier this summer allowing cities to enforce bans on sleeping outside in public spaces.
So they're getting ready to get rid of all these homeless people with no place to go. How's that going to work? It's going to be a problem. Gavin Newsom confronted at a press conference about missing $24 billion spent on tackling homelessness. So you got $24 billion. This was just 2 months ago. $24 billion. Remember that? Came up missing. Oh, miscalculated money. The numbers ain't adding up. The resources and where they said the money was going to, that there ain't nothing to show for it. Meanwhile, they got that money and they telling everybody, get up off of these streets. Gotta go. Gavin Newsom said he was not at all, quote, surprised about the outcome of the audit, which said that California was not tracking their homelessness spending. Why is he not surprised? Maybe he was lining his pockets. And now they got to go. They about to turn California. It's already a damn hellhole. They about to really turn this place up, man. Moving on. Look at this. Gayest Olympics ever. Paris Games will spotlight growing LGBTQIA plus HIV athletic community. We see the Olympics, what they're focused on. You know, they had a mockery of the Last Supper filled with Transformers and Decepticons and mutant drag queens. Did y'all see that? This is what's going on. This is the influence that's being perpetuated throughout the world. The gayest Olympics ever is getting ready to get underway. And guess who's going to be out there waving the flag for America? LeBron James and whoever else that are elected to be the flag bearers and the representatives of America, Babylon, spiritual Sodom and Egypt. They got to get a Negro out there, man, to wave the damn flag at the gayest Olympics ever. Man, I'll be damned if I'm going out there doing that. I mean, you serious? But the Negro man gonna shake his ass. And remember, when he tried to do his little fake protesting and his fake activism, and they told him, man, shut up and dribble, what'd he do? The niggas back there signing new contracts and dribbling. Manipulated the league to get his son up in there. And his son's in there getting ready to shut up and dribble. Imagine that. Now, mind you, remember this also, and I brought this out month and some change ago regarding all of the configurations that that France was doing, emulating the 15-minute cities, QR codes to be able to come and go as you please, right? Central bank digital currency. They're trying to digitize the monetization. Cameras all over the place. Remember I said that's where the world is going. That's what they want. They're going to consolidate, get everybody up in there. And now they're going to give you a taste of what it's going to be like to be in the new world, which is going to be ran by damn sodomites and demons and devils. And look what they're saying. I'm in Paris for the Olympics. People say the city feels like jail. Oh, you think you're so liberated in your 15-minute city? Oh, everything's so local. Oh, QR codes are come and go. You can't go here. You can't go there. Lockdown. Now you see why people out there burning up the damn railroad lines, because they like, hell no. We don't like this. Now they're over there complaining about it feels like they're in jail. Squadrons of soldiers drafted from all over France and AI surveillance system that would make China President Xi Jinping jealous. Both banks of the River Seine barricaded. A man can come and go as they please. A man shall be desired to go into a city and not be able. Oh, that's what we're talking about. AI surveillance systems, facial recognition all over the place. It's there. And it was already getting lined up before that. This is Paris, days before the 2024 Olympics, which kick off this Friday, July 26th. To anyone who does not live in a large European city like London, Paris, often referred to as the City of Love, might resemble a dystopian enclave preparing for the Hunger Games. Uh-oh. Just think about that. The Hunger Games, right? What they have in Rome, man, the bread and circuses, Colosseum games. You dig what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, the Greeks with the gymnasiums. Now you got the Hunger Games going on over there, man. People out there getting ready to compete for their respective districts, i.e. countries, as all the people are locked down and jacked up over there. Yasmina, general manager at Hotel des Deux d'Anjou, just a few minutes from the Louvre Museum, said the city feels like a jail right now. She told Metro UK, on every street there are at least 4 or 5 police officers. It feels unsafe to me. The presence of so many police means there's a threat of a terrorist attack. See? Oh, gay Paris, huh? The sodomites is over there running every damn thing, man. Everything's locked down, jail. And that's what they want the whole world to emulate. Coming soon. Church exodus. Christians are leaving an exodus out of the quote unquote Sunday services. They had maybe like damn near 30 or 40 reasons. Look at it. I didn't list it all as a long article, but it says across the U.S., more and more people are saying goodbye to Sunday services. The reasons are varied from scandal fatigue. Oh, people are tired of waking up to the scandals of the churches, the Catholic churches, the Christian churches, so forth and so on. There was just a Christian pastor. I'm going to bring that out another day. Christian pastor out of Florida, Jake, got 9 kids. Got arrested for molesting his 15-year-old niece. I mean, the list goes on and on. Much to do because what? The men of Israel and the prophets of the Lord are out there condemning and shaming and exposing much of what goes on in these churches, not only doctrinally, but we're also seeing the moral decline because why? They don't want to uphold the laws of the Most High God. So in turn, we're seeing people are getting tired, scandal fatigue, to the quest for more personal spiritual paths. Oh, what are they looking for? Seeking the truth, right? So all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High that many of our people are leaving the church and they're looking for truth. That's why you brothers out there, man, we got to continue grinding, got to continue working, got to continue enlightening, waking up because they're searching. The awakening is here. The Most High took off the veil. And now we got to be that light, that beacon for them to come to. Look at this. Transfemicide becomes a crime in a watershed moment for Mexico City. Remember, since they got the GMO Small Hat leading them, and she's going to, consolidate her ideals with America. She's already changing laws in favor of the transformers. Galvanized by the 2016 murder of a trans sex worker. Did you hear that? It ain't just because there was a transformer, but this dude was a sex worker, a prostitute. A transformer prostitute got killed because what? He was out here moving in deceit. One of his Johns put him to death. Right? Now, look at this. When the trans sex worker, Paola Buenrostro, was killed by a client in Mexico City, her friend Kenya Cuevas grabbed the man to stop him fleeing and recorded the scene as police arrived amid siren screams, red and blue lights. Despite the footage and witness testimonies, the judge considered there was insufficient evidence to hold the man and release him after 48 hours, since which time he has been on the run. The night in 2016 turned Cuevas into an activist. And last week, after years of campaigning, Mexico City passed a law making transfemicide. So now they've created a whole new word, transfemicide, which means the murder of a trans female, homicide. They even get their own terminology when you deal with that. Transfemicide, a crime with a prison sentence of up to 70 years, a watershed moment in one of Latin America's deadliest countries for trans people. For the first time, we can feel represented before the law, and the violence against us really carries a severe punishment, said Cuevas at a gathering on Sunday to recognize the victory. For the first time, I can feel some satisfaction and peace after all these years, long years of work. So the tranny harlots are getting protected by Mexico law, falling right in line with America, man. The nation's drinking the wine and the wrath of her fornication. Mexico is technically still part of America. It's still Babylon. But you notice once that female president got up in there, first thing she headlining is, oh, we got to get the Transformers some protection. And you're going to know where the rest of this goes after that. Look at it. Scientists are growing male genitals in the lab, and there are fears it could make blokes obsolete. So they're claiming there's a male fertility crisis. I guess we got to go and bioengineer male genitals. But who's going to benefit from that? Oh, the LGBTQ plus HIV community. You don't have to naturally, procreate anymore. You know, we don't need the sperm donors. We can go ahead and bioengineer a whole baby for you, designer babies and all that. You dig what I'm saying? That this is what the wicked men of Chaldee is up to. This is what Esau's in the labs doing. This is what he's funding the labs in China and Japan that they create. They're in the labs, man, making balls and and rods for men. Good Lord, man, you can't make this stuff up, man. Let me close out real quick. Let me wrap it up. All right. Evictions are surging in major cities in the American Sun Belt. Notices in Houston, Las Vegas, Phoenix remain at elevated levels. Slow Biden just got to talking about how great the economy is. Wages is up. Inflation's down. The cost of living is going down. He's saving everybody, man. Red, white, and blue cape on. Everybody loves him, right? Meanwhile, Jake is getting kicked out their homes in record numbers. Remember with that whole pandemic rent moratorium was going on, man. Jake wasn't paying their rent and all that. Once that was over with, eviction skyrocketed, man. The property owners was coming back with a vengeance, man. They couldn't wait to kick Negroes out on the streets. So people are getting evicted in these particular areas, and meanwhile, Governor Newsom is saying, "You're not finna get on these streets. You don't have a place to go here." You understand what I'm saying? So this is what's going down. Look at this. High rents cause evictions to spike by 35%. I thought that things was coming down. No, rent is going up. Mortgages are getting manipulated because of the inflation and interest rates. You understand what I'm saying? Like, what world is that dude living in? And Kamala Harris is going to pop in and she's going to say, "Isn't everything great?" America's smallest apartments are getting even smaller. Oh, once you get evicted about it, guess what? We got a little micro apartment for you to move into. Go check the video that I did about Agenda 2030. How they want everybody consolidated. Remember, Slow Biden even said he wants to convert office spaces into homes. All of them all of the commercial buildings, man, that's folding under pressure, that can't maintain. Businesses shutting down. Corporations not renewing their leases because they can't afford it and it doesn't make sense. Slow Biden said he wants to convert them into homes. Remember that? So as people are getting evicted and booted out, guess what's waiting for you? A nice little micro apartment so that you can cram yourself up into, and you're going to overpay for it. Oh, and you say, well, I'm just going to buy another house. Remember those investment groups? Just like BlackRock was out there buying up all the property down there in Atlanta and creating their own little forever leasing opportunities. No more home ownership. You'll have nothing, own nothing, and be happy. Yeah, I brought that out too. In studio units with 10% less space than a decade ago, tenants and developers have to get creative. Developers are thinking small when it comes to studio apartments. The average size of studio units has shrunk by 54 square feet to 445 square feet since 2014. 10% smaller. So you think you just got shrinkflation at the stores where your goods and services, man, is coming in smaller and smaller and you're paying the same price or even more. Living spaces are the same way, man. Pressure bust pipes, man. People gonna go crazy. This was gonna cause civil unrest in these streets. You understand? And if anybody didn't remember or didn't know, a couple weeks ago there was a data breach. AT&T. Every user got hit. 22 and it was tapped in from the year 2022. AT&T never resolved it, man. They ended up having to pay the hacker $400,000 to erase all the sensitive data that they had compromised. I believe they paid it in Bitcoin. But that's how they hold these places hostage. But people are saying, technology is the way to go, man. We need everything centralized and digitized and this, that, and the third. All it takes is a push of a button, man, for them to creep in the back door, steal everything, shut down everything. This is how they operate, man. So AT&T had their whole database, all their wireless customers for 6 months in 2022 was compromised. They said millions of people got compromised with that, man. So there you have it. There you have it. That was a good one, long one. All praise and glory to the Most High. Why? Yahweh Shai. Had some catching up to do with y'all, man. Hopefully everybody got a little insight, man, into what was going on, man. Tell your folks, tell your peoples out there, man. Don't fall for the okie doke. Stop running around here, out here trying to dance with Kamala and showing your teeth. Yeah, we're not doing that anymore, okay? Lock in, repent, right? Our king is Yahweh Shai. That's what we're voting for, man. That's where we're supposed to be getting back to, our roots. You dig what I'm saying? So with that, your brother's gonna log up out of here, man. Prayerfully, y'all enjoy the rest of your Shabbat. We'll have our closing Sabbath class at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, man. Hopefully y'all can join us then. If not, tune in after the fact, catch it when you can. But we encourage brothers and sisters, man, to lock in with us live. We'll be double backing, Lord willing, in a few hours. Outside of that, man, you already know. Fear the Most High. Keep the commandments. Don't shoot your messenger. Shabbat shalom.